This is the town that I was born in and lived in for nigh on 60 years, La Jolla, California. This board surfer is riding the slides, a place named after the cliffs that slide into the ocean. I'm walking along Coast Walk above the caves, moving west towards the cove. This is where the movie ended. Dead Man's is right over here. A flying leap of faith or desperation, 98 feet above the welcoming Pacific, the exact height changing with the tide. Down past the cormorants, the gulls, and the pelicans, with your life flashing before you as you hit the water. This is where it ended. Still see it like it happened yesterday. But actually the beginning took place around 1976, when I moved into the house down on Neptune Place. It began northeast of here on Whale Watch Way, before all the houses covered the hills overlooking the shores. A place where I had spent so much time in the 60s that I truly thought I might die there. And I was thinking of all my friends who had moved to Mexico or Oz or France or, God forbid, east of Interstate 5, and how they all came back to La Jolla to ride the waves and visit their families and friends, or have their ashes scattered at sea. Heading up Torrey Pines Road and into the village and down to the cove where my preschool years were spent. I marveled at such a placid beach that could support 20-foot surf in the December months. I remember the 8mm film that Bill Andrews had shot of the Cove and the Rock and Boomer in the 60s, and the idea of a documentary surf movie danced through in my brain.
In 1960 or 61, it's been so long I can't remember which year. Hell, I can't even remember the birth date of my firstborn child, much less what happened yesterday in the water. That's AJ. He had a surfboard shop on Bay Avenue. Anyway, I shot this 8mm footage of the La Jolla surfers down here at Boomer Beach. Now, 45 years later, lifeguards have stopped the surfers from riding here. They wanted to keep the waves to themselves and their body surfing buddies. Andy Jones, reverse kickout, almost decapitating his buddy Jerry Sternkorb. That's the late Martin Darby, class of 61, La Jolla High School, voted male surfer of the class. This movie documented my foreboding. If you don't know the word, look it up in the dictionary. If you can't read, ask your parents. If they're dead, ask your friend. If you don't have one, then just watch the film to see your future. I shot film of Mike Henson, wearing his trademark white trunks, the same ones he wore in the endless summer. Watch this. Nice drop knee cutback. Back in the 60s, when all these guys were in my garage, I showed this footage to the other Grammies and we hooted and hollered like a bunch of surf Nazis charging into the water. I knew right then and there some of our lives would end in oblivion.
I'd seen all the surf movies, the globe-trotters moving through Hawaii and California and Oz and South Africa with some Peruvian waves and secret spots of who knew where. The small waves, the large waves, the in-between waves, peeling with perfection as the most publicized board riders repeated their maneuvers endlessly on the silver screen, the repetition becoming boring and edging into pornography. I knew these were not my film. My film had to document the growing up of a surfer in one town, La Jolla, and living across from the pump house at Windansea Beach, I was in the perfect place to film this documentary. Many of us had been born here. We were all raised here. Some of us had already died here. Others would follow in the future. We lived with our parents, our siblings, our friends, our relatives. Same schools, same teachers, same churches, same pastors, passing through the same Little League, the same Pony League, the same soccer league. Same stories passed down through the generations. I had to document their lives, our lives, my life. The story came from the shack, the venerable surf shack patterned after the San Onofre hut. The story fell within the 39 dramatic situations. La Jolla surfer meets the daughter of Beverly Hills and is forced to choose between his love for the ocean and his love for her. Set against the backdrop of this town, this was the story of growing up in La Jolla, of growing up in San Diego, of growing up in Southern California, and that was the title, Southern California Sun.
So, how's life up in UCLA?
It's not bad. UCLA is a pretty nice place, actually. Just about out of there, man. Finally, after all this time. Nice little pad and a nice looking chick up there.
Alright, what'd she look like?
She's brunette. She's a hot-headed little Italian, honey. Real hot-headed.
You better watch out for those.
Yeah. Thinking about coming back down here after I get out of school, maybe working in a restaurant or something. Kim wants me to work for her old man up in LA, but I really don't want to go.
Guess what I got tonight?
What do you got?
Appetite, Jay.
Torch that thing.
I smoked the other half on the way down here. I'd be a little bit ahead of you.
No wonder you're talking so slow. Alright. Get us in the mood, huh?
Yeah. I hope there's some good sets when the tide goes out. It'll
Might
probably
be.
get better.
Yeah. Looks
Inside
like it
left.
will. I like it when it's high though sometimes, you know, it's fun. when
More
you-
juice.
Yeah, it's fun riding in
Thicker,
the shore.
yeah.
Wasted. Could clear up, be a pretty nice day actually. I hope so. Ready to go. Oh, that is a half a joint, but it does taste good. How the waves been this last year?
Pretty good.
Get some good swell, huh?
Yeah. Some good north, you know. The Rock was good. Simmons was good. A lot of kooks out though still, you know. I thought most of them would go back when it got cold.
Yeah. None of them ever do these days, you know. They're always around hanging.
The last few years it's just gotten worse and worse.
It really has.
Look at that
No
inside
weather.
left. I'm trying. Let's hit it.
Yeah, I hear it.
Roper.
Let's go. Everybody's going surfing.